Hello, this is Dee from dmiddleton.com. Welcome back to my year-long Thorough Declutter series. Have you ever wondered how to maintain a clutter-free home? If you have an issue with clutter, you may have wondered how to keep it clutter-free after all of that decluttering is done. Let's dive in and tackle that issue and then learn how to declutter and reclaim your space. Today, I'll give you some excellent insight from the book Lose the Clutter, Lose the Weight by Peter Walsh. Follow the link in the video description to get the audiobook for free. What can we learn from Peter Walsh, an expert organizer? Let's dive in and find out. How to maintain a clutter-free home. Step 1. Never forget the vision you have for your life, your home, and your personal spaces. I've asked you to detail your vision for the space you're tackling each week. Your vision is the foundation for deciding what objects come into the space, what you put into your body, and how you spend your time. By constantly revisiting the question, what do I want from my life, from my space, or from my body, you will be sure to keep your focus on the things that help you create your best life. Number 2, later does not exist. Now is the time to do the things you need to do. As I tell people at every opportunity I have, clutter is decisions delayed. The moment you begin to procrastinate, I'll put this in a proper place later, or I'll throw this away later, or you used to feel guilty if I get rid of it now, I'll make the bed later. Whenever you use the word later, you have begun to lose the battle against your stuff. Instead, make all of your decisions in the present moment. As you've learned throughout this book, Lose the Clutter, Lose the Weight, remaining aware of the present moment, which is the only time that truly exists, dramatically improves your ability to live the life you really want. This I'll get to it later thinking is very easy to slip into. It's the path of least resistance. It convinces us that we're dealing with things, even though we're not. If the thought occurs to you that you need to put something in its proper place or throw it away, do it now. Later is the best friend of clutter. Don't make it your friend too. A third tip of how to maintain a clutter-free home is to finish what you start. On a similar note, if you realize you need to do a task, carry it out to its end right now. Don't do part of it and plan to finish the rest later. If you stop too soon, then resume later, the task will take more time. In the simplest terms, complete the cycle. Your laundry provides a great example of what I'm talking about. Have you ever done this? You run the washer, but you don't get to drying the laundry. 2 days later, you find the damp load of clothing is turned into a mildewed, smelly mess. You have to waste your time, detergent, and electricity rewashing it before you can dry it. Or maybe you've snacked on a bowl of salsa with chips and then set the bowl in the sink. The salsa remnants formed a hard crust overnight, and you have to scrape it out before you can put it in the dishwasher. Add up enough of these extra demands, and you've lost a substantial chunk of time you could have applied elsewhere. That's one of the benefits I hope you discovered from Lose the Clutter, Lose the Weight program. Yes, living a decluttered lifestyle does take a few extra moments here and there, or several minutes throughout the day, but often these moments save you from getting mired in a lengthier hassle later. No matter the task, complete the cycle. If you start a load of laundry, make sure you put it in the dryer once it's washed. When it's dry, fold them and put them away instead of allowing the wrinkles to set in while they linger in a pile. When you use a dish, rinse it off and put it in the dishwasher right away. When you empty the container of milk, immediately jot it down on your shopping list. When you finish the toilet paper, replace the roll. When your car is running low on gas, fill it at the next station. When you bring the mail into the house, throw out the junk, open everything, and put items that need attention in the tray on your desk. If you open something, close it. If you get something out, put it away. If you move something, put it back where it belongs. If you borrow something, return it. Regardless of the task, the key to maintaining an organized space is the same. Finish the cycle. Another tip for maintaining a clutter-free space is to honor and respect the physical limits of your space. I begin this chapter with an emphasis on the limits of your space, but it's worth repeating here. This program has taught you to designate a space for the things you have, with a place for everything and everything in its place. Thus, you should have a clear idea of how many items each space within your home will hold, how many shirts will hang in your closet, how many containers of berries you can fit in the produce drawer of the refrigerator, how many pairs of socks will go into your dresser and still allow the drawer to close, how many books will fit on your bookshelf, and how many bins of holiday decorations will reasonably fit in your garage while still providing room for your car. By working within the limits of your home places on you, the things you own and the spaces that you have will stay tidy, uncluttered, and organized. Number 5, another tip for maintaining a clutter-free home is the one in, one out rule. Maintaining the limits you've established is easier when you follow the simple techniques of removing an item from home for every item of a similar kind that you bring in. When a new one comes in, an old one must go out. When you come home from back to school shopping trip, your kids have to get rid of as many clothes as they add to their closet. When you bring home new shoes, an old pair must go. When you buy a new can of beans, you have to eat or get rid of the can that was already in the cupboard. This technique maintains a balance in your home so that it will never again become overstuffed. Practice the one in, one out technique until it becomes a natural part of the way your family operates. These excerpts were taken from the book Lose the Clutter, Lose the Weight by Peter Walsh, and you can find a link to get the audiobook in my video description. Now that we know how to maintain a clutter-free home, let me share with you some of my best tips for cleaning a cluttered house. I want to help you learn the step-by-step process I created for how to organize a cluttered house. You'll find my declutter calendar and tips for how to start cleaning when you're overwhelmed throughout my website, dmiddleton.com. You'll also find my Declutter Your Home printable checklist and my thorough cleaning checklist in the blog post link in the video description. In my series, the year-long Thorough Declutter series, we declutter 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Each weekday, you will have one declutter task. If you would like to subscribe to this series, you can do so here on YouTube or by email on the blog post linked in the video description. You can also get my Declutter Printables. It's a printable digital download delivered to your email that includes 25 pages of printable calendar pages and checklists, just like the ones you see below. Currently, we are working in the second bathroom. Here are your declutter tasks for the week of June 6th through the 10th. Monday, June 6th, declutter your tweezers and nail clippers. June 7th, declutter your sunscreen. June 8th, declutter your hair products. June 9th, declutter your toothbrushes and toothpaste. And June 10th, declutter your brushes and combs. Now let's look at how to declutter. Here are your supplies that you'll need. Number 1, boxes, preferably ones you can donate. Avoid using plastic storage bins because you may be tempted to just store the items and not part with them. Number 2, you'll need sturdy trash bags. And 3, you'll need a marker or a pen to label your boxes. Avoid using storage bins to declutter. Storage bins tend to tell your brain to store the items for later, which is just delaying decisions. If you aren't getting rid of the items when you declutter, you aren't truly decluttering. This is why I recommend a trash bag also. The trash bag tells your brain to trash the item. Obviously, recycle if you have that option. The boxes that you use should be ones you're willing to part with, so I recommend sturdy cardboard boxes. As to donations, there are many charities that will even come to your home and pick up oversized items for you. I use one in particular where you can book an appointment for pickup online. This is so convenient as it saves you the hassle of hauling stuff away yourself. Plus, scheduling that pickup also motivates you to declutter by a certain date. As you are clearing away the clutter from your home, I want you to notice the common types of clutter you find lying about. Chances are you have the same type of clutter you find yourself clearing daily. For example, I have a kitchen countertop that daily could become a clutter magnet if I didn't address it. The types of clutter that appear here might be mail, packages that need to be returned to the store, projects that need to be completed, etc. If you will pay attention to the type of clutter you find yourself clearing daily, it will show you what areas of your home need the most organization. Now let's look at how to declutter. Number one, you'll start by eliminating trash first. Use a sturdy trash bag. Number two, sort your items by category if needed so you can see what you have. Number three, get rid of duplicate items, broken items, outgrown clothing and shoes, anything you'll never use again. Number four, box up the donations and trash and recycle the rest. And number five, select a charity to donate your items and try to schedule a pickup if that is an option for you. Need to deep clean after your declutter? I have a room specific cleaning checklist to guide you along. You'll find all of these items linked in my video description. Struggling with daily housekeeping chores? Check out my ebook on this topic entitled Make Over Your Homemaking. I hope I've answered the question of what contributes to your clutter problem and how to begin your declutter and how to maintain that clutter-free home. Let me know in the comments below.